Welcome to Hope Beyond the Broken. This is one of your hosts, Damaris. Sarah's not with us, but we do send her lots and lots of love. Today, we're in a more relaxed setting, right?
Yeah,
And I have an amazing guest with me, and this is my son,
that's me.
Ezekiel. He is my middle child. Um,
Which some people call the best child.
Yes, they call them the best child or sometimes the needy child. But I don't think that's really been your thing. I think somebody said that to me one time in my head,
Yeah,
and then I was like hyper focused on you.
yeah,
And I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing.
yeah. I get a lot of attention.
Probably unnecessary attention that
It's
you don't
fine.
want.
It's
Yeah.
it's probably needed.
But we were talking, and I've always wanted to have like our kids be part of the pod because I think that they are a product of what we've done, like the good, the bad, and the craziness, And so here at the pod, we're always talking about life and love and family and faith and how different things in our lives have shaped us. And so um Ezekiel's been going through a lot of different transitions and stuff like that, and so it's just in the last few months we've been having these like very, for me personally, very eye opening conversations just about different things. And it's taught me to not look at him as not just my son, but somebody that can actually speak life into me and also teach me something. And sometimes us as parents, we feel, and I was this person, I am guilty, that you have all the answers and that you know best. And yes, there's circumstances that we've lived life a certain way that, yes, we do know some pitfalls we don't want you to fall in, but
Yeah,
we do not know it all. And one of the things that happened to me a few years ago, I was praying really, really hard, and I was like being very obnoxious and demanding towards God. And I literally hear this voice says, "Are you done now?" And I'm like, "Excuse me?" And it was like, they're my children. Who knows my children better than I do, you know? And I realized that God had given me these children, and I'm so grateful that I didn't damage them forever. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
of God's grace and because He was so good, and because even in my mistakes, God still protected my kids and God still was in their life and was protecting them because they're His children. He allowed them to come into this world and stuff like that. And He just basically gives them to us for us to steward over. And sometimes we take our children as our possession and we think that it's our way or no way. And yes, a lot of parenting, you have to be disciplined and there's all these things, but we're supposed to build people for this humanity, right? Yes, to have standards and to have beliefs and all of these things, but also give them room to grow. I think at certain parts of their life, I gave them room to grow, and I was like, "Hey, try it out, figure it out." But then there was times that I probably stumped their growth, or if not stumped their growth, they couldn't be fully who they were. And so I think in my relationship with Ezekiel, every year that he gets older and he matures, every year I get older and I mature. And not only as a person, as an individual, but even as a parent. And so all my kids in my relationship with them, I'm learning something different about myself or about them or how to treat people, how to see people. And so in this time, I think it's the best time to like have conversations with you. Um, Not necessarily just the traditional like, you know, what is this? What do you like? What do you don't like? That I wanted to get a little bit more in depth in different topics. And so I came up with a few topics that I just wanted to get your input because I am so fascinated with what my kids think about stuff. Because I
yes,
feel like I've trained you, I've raised you a certain way, and then I used to be very resistant to the other people's
yeah.
opinions and
I mean, you still heard us.
thoughts. I still listen to you. Yes, I
Yeah,
did. But I always wanted my opinion to be the last opinion, and that's not the way life is.
you have a very strong personality.
everybody has to like do
She's
their
a
own
force.
thing. But I what I have noticed though in my relationship with the Lord, how gentle God has been in my life. And yes, there's been moments where he has had to like whip me into shape, um, because I've been resistant. However, how kind and loving and graceful God's been in my life. And so I've really, in this season of my children's life, where my kids are 30, 28, and 26, I want to give that grace
That's
as
pretty good. I
well,
didn't know you
right?
remembered her ages.
Yes. Let me remember your birthday
She
then.
was studying right before she came in. She goes, okay, this one's 30, 28. Oh, his birthday was yesterday. Crap.
I forgot it. I should call him. Oh, but I think that it's just the dynamics, and I'm so grateful, right? Because we want our kids to be a certain way, act a certain way, have a type of relationship, with each other and with people. And what I'm learning, in my walk with Christ, but also sitting back and just watching you guys, that those things are going to happen. They just may not happen when I think they should happen. I think things have to happen when you guys are ready to allow God into certain circumstances, or when you guys are ready
Yeah.
to do it, right? And so there's certain things that you go into faster than others. However, I am so grateful for the journey that you guys have been through, because one of the things that I love about you guys is that when you guys make up your mind, you make up your mind, and that's it. And I love that, because when Faith said, I love the Lord, I want to seek God, she didn't care what anybody said. That she was gonna figure out a way how to get to church. She was gonna figure out a way how to get to another state and go to, Bible school and
Yeah.
stuff like that. The same way with you. It's like, I've accepted the Lord Savior as my Lord and Savior. I want to be the best Christian that I can be. And to me, it's like, that's like something that I've prayed for
Mhm.
such a long time. So y'all know me, I'm gonna start crying. That I've prayed for such a long time. So for me, this I'm living this life now with you guys, not only as a person from the outside, but I'm like walking with you guys and experiencing these things and receiving the information, sitting in the information, right? And my heart posture has changed in certain areas. The way I deal with certain things has changed, because I'm leaning into your life versus telling you what you need to do with it, right? And so to me, I am very grateful. And I told you this yesterday, that um, I'm able to do that with you guys, because mom and dad weren't able to do that with us. And grandma and grandpa weren't able to see me and Thithis like grow up and be parents and do all these things. So I'm very grateful that God is allowing me to see transformation in you guys' life, not only growing up as adults and getting married and do all these things, but also how your relationship has flourished with the Lord. So, if you want to open that up, I'm gonna just ask a few questions and try to get um, your perspective on these different topics.
Okay, I'm ready. Mentally prepared.
You're mentally
I
prepared.
assume. I don't know. We'll see. I might be crying too.
So this question it's a broad question, but you can be as specific or just give your thought about it. Is life, as you've grown, what life lesson do you feel has shaped you the most? And how do you carry it with you today?
One of those interview questions you try to prepare for, but you never have the right answer to.
Yeah,
Oh, what has shaped me the most?
yeah. What lesson in life do you feel
Yeah.
shaped you the most?
I probably, I mean, I've always been like a creature of growth. I would say that like I would always just look for the lessons. So I don't think there's one that stood out the most to me.
Hmm.
Um, Other than not like just not giving up or keep going through. But even at some point, that became probably really hard for me in general. Just like there's only so much self talk and self motivation you can probably do on the day to day before like you just fall apart. But I'll be honest, like just knowing that there's no perfection, like that's been the biggest thing as of late, I guess, that's helped me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that there's no way I'll ever be perfect. There's no way that I'll ever be anything more than human and
Mm-hmm.
flawed and all this stuff, and that's okay. That's how I was designed to be, which has helped me a lot because it's really easy just to like feel shame when I don't attain the goals. And I'm like, I should be doing all these things. I
Mm-hmm.
should be in this place. I should be hitting all these goals. And like when I get that step back, like I'm really hard on myself. And I'm normally my biggest, at least it feels like I'm normally my biggest motivator and also critic. So like when I don't do it, there's like I never really give myself any grace, which tends to
Mm-hmm.
like weigh me down and stays with me for a while, and then I can just hear in the back of my head just like me talking down to myself. But as of lately, but just practicing that, just reminding myself, and like I'm starting to notice the changes that when like I start feeling like I'm not doing enough, that like I have to remind myself that I just am enough where I'm at for where I'm at, which
Mm-hmm.
helps a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
then just like really just recognizing those thought patterns of like me being aggressively mean to myself in my head. I'm just like, come on, Zeke, just push that weight or just do the thing. Like, why aren't you doing it? Instead of just being like, okay, cool, like just give myself a break. I'm just trying to be more of a friend to myself, which has helped a lot
Yeah.
because like I need to be a best friend to myself more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the end of the day, like I'm gonna spend a lot of time with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I am literally going to talk to myself probably more than anyone else in my life. So therefore, I should at least be treating that person kindly because,
Mm-hmm.
like, if I don't, then there's
Yeah.
just sadness, darkness, and I'm just gonna feel like crap most of the time because
Yeah.
I'm not doing all the things I know I can.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not. I mean, the faith aspect of things, it's not my life. It's his,
Mm-hmm.
and like I have to trust in his timing, and like the Lord has a lot of plans for me, and He's already put me through like a lot of different challenges and or experiences, both good and bad, just like so many things, and I've grown from each one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And though I don't know exactly where that takes me right now, I mean, I just have faith that He's gonna keep guiding me. But
Yeah.
yeah, to answer your question, just realizing and breaking down like there's no way I'll ever be that, and
Yeah.
that that's okay, and that
Yeah.
I'm how where I'm at is where I'm supposed to be at, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm grateful that you're learning that now. It took me a lot of years to have grace for myself. Um, I think, I think it's because I battled with a lot of issues of control. Like because I had so many traumatic things happening that I felt that if I had control to a certain extent, which is really a lie, you really don't have any control over anything. But I convinced myself that if I control certain circumstances, it wouldn't hurt as bad, or at least I was prepared for whatever that consequence or that impact was going to do. Which is sometimes a false narrative that we do on ourselves. But with that comes this level of not perfection, it's just you are an overachiever.
Yeah,
You become an overachiever, and when you do stuff you want to do it in excellence, and you become rigid in certain areas, and when you do that you're not kind to yourself,
yeah,
and you don't love yourself the way you properly need to be loved. And when you do that, you also attract people that will not love you properly.
yeah,
um and just the smallest kindness is such a big thing to you, but you don't realize that it's not enough. It's not gonna be able to fill you up, right? And so when people says, oh, this person doesn't make me happy, it's not up to anybody to make you happy. You need to create an atmosphere and a belief within yourself that makes you happy. And then if you also have received God as your Lord and Savior, or you have a relationship with the Lord, the Bible says that He gives you joy,
yeah,
everlasting joy. So you may not be happy today, but I'm still have that inner joy
yeah,
that I am, the grace of God has brought me through, even though it wasn't the greatest day and I'm not happy at this specific moment, but I have the joy of the Lord in my soul. And so it's amazing to be able to see that growth from you as well. The Do you have anything else to say in
Uh,
regards to like life and stuff and
yeah,
how you
I
see
mean,
that?
you definitely mentioned happiness, and I can at least say for me, happiness isn't my everyday goal as far as like the most amount of peace I can kind of get out of the day. Because I can find happiness in peace and sadness, but just like if I have the peace where like I can be with me and like I have not control, but like I'm just aware that like things could be worse, and I'm grateful for what I have. I feel better about that because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said, it's happiness, and happiness feelings are not here to stay. They
Mm-hmm.
don't. Everything changes every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't trust my feelings half the time, so I just have
Yeah.
to be able to. Okay, cool. Am I dying? No.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have my dog still? Do I have?
Mm-hmm.
Am I still taken care of? Am like am I covered?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in a good spot either way, even when I'm sad. So I can
Yeah.
always like look at that and be like, okay, cool. Like gratitude is really helpful in those situations because I'm like, I'm fine. This is just how
Mm-hmm.
I feel right now. I'm like, and I just know that it'll go away eventually, and
Mm-hmm.
or I'll shift into a different gear.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, for sure.
cool with.
It's all about growing and learning
Yeah.
and being self-aware.
Yep.
We've had a lot of conversations about being self-aware in that moment where you at, and then you really are given that opportunity, how you gonna go about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think when you were little, I don't know, I don't know if it was in middle school or something, you were having a little bit of a hard time with stuff and you were being very reactive to situations. Like if kids were messing with you, you were being very reactive and not thinking things through. And one day, I think I told you, getting out the car, it came out of nowhere, mind you. I'm a parent that just came up with the most craziest
Yeah,
ideas
you guys. There's no rule
to
book or anything.
explain
Yeah.
stuff to you. And I was like, well, there's actually 30 seconds before you do anything that you have like a quick thought. But if you slow yourself enough to actually give yourself those 30 seconds for that thought, then you can make a decision, then you deal with the consequences. And
Yeah.
I think that one time you and I were talking, you said, I never had paid attention that I actually am thinking before I do something.
Yeah.
The thought does come, I have a choice. Because I always used to tell you, you're like, I just had to do it. And I was like, you really do have a choice to do it. You just not paying attention to the first 30 because it goes so quickly
Yeah.
and you just make the wrong decision.
I think way
Um,
too much.
yeah. So then then I think it went the opposite way. Now you think a lot about stuff before it's like,
No, I do.
yeah.
It's
Now
turned it
it
now.
turned it from
It
a
turned
30
it. Well,
seconds to a
yeah.
few more.
I do think about that sometimes. I'll be
Yeah.
like, I'm like, wow. Almost like because I'm naturally an anxious person, and
Yeah.
just like I overplan sometimes
Mm-hmm.
to like a fault where like it's just like I plan for all the worst case scenarios, which isn't really good because
Mm-hmm.
then I'm just thinking about bad things. But then I was like, man, like who taught me how to plan? And then like I think about my stepdad and mom, like when I wanted to like move out or I wanted to get a job or anything, they'd be like, hey, like you can't do anything before you have a plan. So I'd have to come up with, like they taught me how to like place what's first, what's second, how to like line it all up, and like which was a good skill to
Which is
have.
a school,
But then
like you took it
yeah,
to another
I took
level.
it to like an emotional level too, where I'm just like, okay, cool. It's like, well, Brittany was kind of a bitch today, so like, I like, okay, cool. This is how tomorrow's gonna go. It's like if she says this, I got 49 plans on how to make her day bad. I'm just like, cool. I'm just like, I know where she puts her lunch. I'm like,
I can't
she
with
doesn't
you.
have to eat her lunch. I'm
Oh
just
my
like, so
god.
I just like, not that I ever really followed through on most of these, but like my day would literally be like
Plan, like you
I'd
had
be
a plan of
yeah, I'd
attack
be
for
like in the
everything.
shower and like this is where it hits me the worst is like I like get in mental arguments with people that like may have like been a little aggressive to me or something for no reason because I took it too personal, of course.
Mhm.
But I would plan those arguments in the shower and then it would carry until bedtime. I'm just like now like I finally started noticing like it's anxiety and that's what it is when I start planning for the worst and just like it's not
Yeah.
out of my own good, it's technically just out of like fear and or just like
Yeah.
expectations of like my expectations that won't be met. I'm just like, okay, cool. Now I just try to silence that as best I can, and it's
Yeah.
definitely a process.
Yeah. It is a process. As a new believer, I think you're gonna find where in those spaces you're gonna start asking God to come into.